Hello, my friends. It is Sebastian, back again. Collector, reseller, thrifter, all that stuff. Um, and I'm gonna go over some recent finds. I'll start with thrift finds, I should say. And I'll start with art and objects, and then I will do some clothing. And Per usual, you can see what wonderful organization I have. It's truly astounding. But yeah, I'll get going on the art. This first one, I love this artist so much. Earl Linderman. So I think what I've been told is, and what I could tell, I talked to somebody who actually knew him, another reseller guy who does like kind of higher end furniture and art. He's like, oh yeah, he was quite prolific. And I think he went to some of his gallery openings and things. But anyways, Earl Linderman, this dude's art is hella funky and I love it. I mean, look at that cat slash dog shirt. Not sure what it is, but it's great. This one's signed. This one I got at Savers, probably like $6. It was very cheap. I'll try and frame it back up. It does have some wear, but still very cool. That's the second poster of his I found that's signed, and then I also found a book as well a little while back, an art book that was signed by him. This one, Rich Shoulder, who is a famous kind of modernist Native American artist. And here, I'll show you a little closer there. So you can see he was kind of had some more like contemporary touches to his work. This is cool though, because it is signed by him. Now, it does have some water damage down here. And, the period he was working, I think, was like kind of 60s through 90s. That's probably the core period of his work. So this does have a bit of wear, but it'll probably still sell for a couple $100. The Linderman, I'm not even sure on. But, I don't even necessarily need to ask too much for the Linderman because, it's just cool to carry though. Now this one, these are always some of my personal favorites to find. Patrick Nagel piece. And this one is the variant where she has the shiny sunglasses. So apparently, I think this one's a little rare. That's what my friend was telling me. She knows his work very, very well and collects a lot of his work. But I always love finding Patrick Nagel. He was kind of an iconic artist in the 80s, part of the Art Deco revival. And the amazing thing is, I mean, he was fairly prolific, but he died in his early 40s. He didn't live past like, I want to say like 1986 or something. For me, I was thinking, he went at least into the 90s. I mean, working. So it's always kind of, especially given how much work he had done when I looked up, like, oh, I wonder if he, what happened to him. And when I saw he died so young, I was like, holy crap. This guy's cool too. This is a kind of southwestern western artist. I believe the name's Howard Post. And the only reason I even know of his work is because I found a catalog book of his. And I love finding the art catalog books. They're just great to learn from. But it's just a really great piece of some, cowboy, rancher kind of guys. And the colorways are very interesting. It's very Wayne Thiebaud in terms of that, the color usage and how he does it with the shadows, with some purple and yeah, like yellows. It gives it a bit of a vibrancy that, and Wayne Thiebaud for me is one of my personal favorites. He's fairly iconic American artist from like, same deal like 60s through 90s. And even if you don't know his name, you've probably seen his work because he did some very famous still life work of like food, like pastries and all sorts of stuff. And it's just beautiful compositions and the coloring is especially super beautiful. Oh, this one's a little shaky. I'm going to take it out of the frame, this one, and just sell as a post, and it's easier for me to ship anyways. But this is just a very nice poster. Can't say I know too much on the artist. And let me see here. Who was this? Ooh, it's really hard to read, to be honest with you. Oh, and this one, I wasn't even mentioning what I was paying. This one I paid $5 on. Goodwill. Most of these are Goodwill pickups. There's a few Savers pickups and things like that. And I'll try and mention when it's non-Goodwill. But most you can just assume are Goodwill. The others, let's see. The Howard Post one, I don't know. I probably paid $8 on it. I don't think it was too much. Sometimes when the frames are a bit beat up, they won't price too aggressively unless they think it's really a money thing. I have been picking up quite a few impressionists like posters. Claude Monet here. You know, these just sell well. So this one I think I paid a little hair over 10. You know, so you know, it won't sell. I won't sell this for much. I'll probably try and sell this one locally. I'd like to keep it framed up. And you know, if I was selling that on eBay, the problem is that the shipping, given the dimensions on that thing, are just going to be, it's kind of cost prohibitive to ship that stuff. Now this one, oh yeah, Winslow Homer poster. Very cool. You know, I don't know, is that Bahamas? I forget where it is. I gotta check. I think it's like Bahamas. Bermuda. But yeah, very beautiful. American artist, I want to say late 19th, early 20th. Very famous. Did a lot of cool ocean kind of themed pieces, you know, with like people fishing and stuff like that. This one, this is a pretty cool one. Things won't fall. This is, you know, sailing, boat painting. Now, and it's signed. It's an original painting. It wasn't priced too hard. Yeah, a little over 10. And this was, I was in LA over the weekend actually, and I do have just a few things I picked up in LA thrifting, but the thrifting is, you know, I think Phoenix is probably the best, you know, if comparatively speaking to a lot of these places. And maybe it's just I don't know the object ecosystem as well in LA. That's probably true too, but it's just a different, a little different out there. So, but what I was going on to say about this is, as I was coming back from LA to Phoenix, I wasn't planning on thrifting that day because here in Phoenix, the Goodwills were 50% off. It was the President's Day kind of Monday. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to go in. It's going to be crazy and all that. But then as I started getting closer to Phoenix, I was like, oh god damn it, I do really want to hit some thrift stores on the way. There's some right off the I-10. So so that's what I did. So I hit one. I've only gone there once. It's like it's you know, maybe 30 miles west of Phoenix, and it's a good store. That's where I found all these, like I think it was a collection of somebody who was collecting naval and like ocean sort of theme stuff, boat stuff. So, and I have a couple others somewhere. Wait, here it is. This guy looks like Ernest Hemingway. Do you like Ernest Hemingway? I think he is a very complicated person, in fact. I mean, he's got Ernest Hemingway vibes. But again, this is signed. It's hard to tell. I'll try and clean it up a little bit. And this is actually pretty nicely done. The thing with the boat painting I just showed is, I wish it was a little tighter, like more detailed. It's still decent, you know, but it's nothing crazy. But it's got a cool vibe. This one, yeah, they didn't price bad. $6.99 list, and I did get the coupon on this. But I do actually really like this one. Hemingway's complicated, I think. I think his like super toxic masculinity was masking some deeper issues for him. That's just my guess. Renoir, flower piece, you know, poster. It's cool, nothing crazy. What did I pay on that? You know, like $7.50. Maybe sell for $50. Around there. But now, you know, as I'm getting inventory, I kind of am starting to organize the art stuff based on like Impressionists, you know, and stuff like that, Native American, cowboy stuff, and then so I'm building a system. Flowers. This is a nice little still life, floral. You know, and I was looking up this artist who I didn't know. but it sells pretty well. I'm thinking between 100 to 200. Which that's decent. I got this as savers. I did pay up a bit more on this one. I want to say it was about 16. So it's not bad though. I like it personally. I've come to like a lot more flower and floral artwork, bird artwork. But kind of the bird artwork I like is more the either has to be super modernistic and kind of funky, or really old school like 1600s like illustrative, like really tight. I don't like some of the as much some of the illustrative 20th century stuff. Just a taste thing. This one, I mean, I just thought this was so cool. Very early 90s. Super early 90s. This one I might keep. What did I pay on that? Oh yeah, like a little over $5. Who is this? I can't. I mean, this signature is impossible to read. It's totally early 90s style though, 1991. But yeah, I love that one. This is an interesting one here. It's vintage. I don't know if it's truly original though, like the original print run. But it's a Russian ballet poster. And the reason I like it is it's got the classic Eastern European and Soviet graphic design style of 60s through 80s, kind of that time frame. So I think this one's from the 70s. It was a ballet for the 70s. So yeah, that's a cool one. I mean, and you can use good keywords because of that, because in terms of being Russian, it's ballet. Ballet, a lot of people collect ballet. It's a pretty it's a pretty cool subject in my opinion. And it's pretty hardcore, at least the classical stuff. Like the training is insane and the skill is insane. This one I just got because it was fairly cheap. Oh yeah, here it is. The list was for a Georgia O'Keeffe poster. I mean, it's not my favorite O'Keeffe, but I don't say no to a Georgia O'Keeffe at that price. This person, Lionel Feininger. It's just the style is very cool. I mean, it looks very 1920s. I can't remember when this artist was working, but it's got kind of the futurist vibes, or there was some movement like that. So yeah, that's some of the artwork. I'll show a few of the objects. Okay, is that the same one that just fell? God damn it. So I'll show some of the objects now that I picked up. These are kind of cool. These cost $12 after coupon, and they're two wood sculptures of kind of, I think, Mexican or native characters. And the cool thing is that it's signed by this guy named Jose Pinal. Now, they aren't like crazy valuable, but together it's good that there's two. And I'm not sure what I'll try and sell them for. Maybe even 75. It doesn't have to be a ton. No, this was funky. I've seen some cuckoo clocks. I wanted the cuckoo clocks, but they were priced to the moon. This one I found at Savers. It had just been put out, and it cost about $18. And I don't think it's that old. It's probably maybe 80s or something. Now I say not that old because I'm from the 80s, so I don't like to feel so old and be like, yeah, that was back in the ancient times. But there are some really cool, way older cuckoo clocks too. Now this one kind of rotates. I don't know if it works. I haven't even tested it. Frankly, I'm just going to sell it as is because I don't know how this stuff works. Do I look like a genius? But it does have a little birdie that comes out there, little cuckoo. The main reason I even know about cuckoo clocks is from like the old timey cartoons. So look, it's made in Germany. So what's this worth? Selling as is, maybe I'll go for 80 or 100. Maybe it's worth a bit more than that. But it's cool, and I'll pass it on to somebody else who can actually knows how to make it work. Because I'm not going to a goddamn clock shop and paying $500 whatever it takes to fix a cuckoo clock. Because there's got to be people who are like cuckoo clock experts to fix that stuff. This one I debated, and I did pay list because it was the only thing I bought in the store, so it was $10. But it's Murano, and it's got this like gold, speckled aspect to it, which I think is nice. Maybe sell this for $75, but the problem is I'm going to try and sell this locally, actually, because these are the kind of things I can screw up. Mailing, I mean. So, you got to know your limitations, and that seems like a fairly strong limitation for me. Let's see here. Now, we got this guy. I found him yesterday. This is just funky. Kitsch as hell. I mean, look at this guy. He's touching his nipple. I mean, should he be doing that? Did he get consent? I don't know. So after coupon, paid a little over 10. Really cool piece. So Chinese, I take it. Not sure when it's from. If I had to guess, 70s, 80s, something like that. Fairly delicate. I want to make sure I don't break it because it's actually, I checked and all the dudes look intact. So that's very lucky. Usually there's always stuff that's broken. So I have to put it in a safe spot. I have to stupid proof it so I don't break it. This was just a cool box. I think it was with coupon. I think I took the sticker off. It was probably about 14. Is that a good deal? I'm not 100%, but it's got a tiger on top right there. It's like a jewelry box, or just a, yeah. And, it has a little bit of wear, but not too bad. Now it's made in Philippines. So I'm guessing this is from the 80s because I think that was part of the manufacturing stream for objects in the US. Philippines was pretty heavy in the 80s for objects. I think for clothing, there's different timelines, but Taiwan, Hong Kong, stuff like that. So it's always fun to kind of learn the matrix for how they were manufacturing the manufacturing streams back in the day. Plus, I mean, some people know that stuff inside and out. I don't know it like crazy well, but it's very helpful in terms of gauging when a thing might be from. This one, wait, can I actually, it's not that crazy heavy, so I love this piece. This one I found at Power in McDowell. I love Power in McDowell. It's such a good store. Wait, I don't even know if this is going to be smart of me. I should probably move the camera instead of moving this thing like an idiot, but here it is. This is just a cool cabinet. You see, now it's got a little bit of wear here and there, but this is really cool. And this is made in the People's Republic of China. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this one's awesome. I paid literally 10 bucks on this because the guy, it was missing the price sticker, and the guy who I love this worker there, he wears sunglasses indoors. He's got rock star vibes. I love him. He's got such a good personality. Anyways, I caught him and asked him if it was possible to get a price, and he just hooked me up basically. So I love that guy. There's different people, at the stores that I just, it's fun to get to know people a little bit, But anyways, I think that's all the objects I wanted to show. So now I'll start doing clothing, and I'll start with hats, actually. And this one's cool. Now, I thought it was cool. I was with Gloomy Girl Books when I thrifted this. And it's a NATO I-4 Sarajevo peace mission hat. So probably mid-90s, And I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's got historic aspects. Like, oh, what the hell was that? I was like, oh, I feel old. Because for me, that was kind of a indelible memories from the 90s, when I was growing up. All that stuff. And Somalia too. Peacekeeping missions. Didn't turn out so well. Black Hawk Down. You probably know. That one's probably better known. I don't think there's any iconic NATO movies from the mid-90s. But this is a Stetson hat. This one I did pay up a little bit for. I want to say 15. I think I found it at Savers actually. But it's very nice. Like the material is very nice. That's what stuck out to me when I was checking it out. What is it? Some like beaver. I don't know. I really don't know this stuff. It's a beaver thingy. That's what they say on the inside. Now this was, I'm glad this doesn't like, this one doesn't really fit me that well. It just doesn't look right, I think. But this one I'd be tempted to keep. It's like probably like $100 hat. This I found at Savers as well. Three-peat, Chicago Bulls, their first three-peat. Amazing. I love finding, I mean, that's when I got into basketball, was like probably 1990, right around there. So right when the Bulls were ascending. So for me, it's also got nostalgic elements. I mean, for a lot of the people in my era, that's what's got us into hoops was Michael Jordan, you know, the Bulls, and the marketing. Because holy shit, they marketed the hell out of that. And why wouldn't you? Because, you know, you had money falling from the sky if you're Nike, you know, and you got Jordan. You can use Jordan to sell stuff. This is a cool D-backs hat, like some kind of variant. I don't know hats and variants all that well, but this upside down logo, I think it's decent. You know, what did I pay on that? You know, a little over $6. So they priced it a little higher. And the Bulls one, I forgot to mention, they did price this one up a bit. 10 list, I paid $7.50 because it was 25% off that day I got it. This was the other D-backs hat I got. This one I really like, actually. But these are contemporary, but they're commemorating the win over the Yankees in '01. Now, this one was interesting. I picked it up yesterday. I couldn't find many comps. It's a 49ers hat, new era. Cosa, is that Cosa Nostra? Our thing? I don't know. 415, probably their area code. But, you know, it was $4. So after coupon, I thought that was pretty good. Oh yeah, I got a couple of the LA pickups. I only picked up like 3 things while I was there. Because, you know, so I mostly just went to the Goodwills, and I'm sure if you're thrift there and you're reselling, you probably build up a network of, you know, where to go for what. Maybe the estate sales are much better in LA and you just got to get tapped into that. But I can tell you the Goodwills and stuff like that are nothing like in Phoenix. The Phoenix is like shooting fish in a barrel, comparatively speaking. You know, but it's still fun to go to LA and get to check it out. Cat Power, this is a concert shirt for her Bob Dylan stuff, renditions. Cat Power, I just remember from back Y2K era, indie rock sort of deal. And this I thought was nice too. This is another LA pickup, just a heavyweight like J. Crew long sleeve shirt. Just think it's nice. What will it sell for? I don't know. You could probably sell this for over 50, but I don't think I'm going to go for over 50. I think I paid 10. No, I paid 8. So, you know, so for between 40 and 50 would be my guess. This I thought was cool. This is the other LA pickup. I think that's the only, oh no, I got one more after this. This is the Detroit Vipers. Look at that. Amazing 90s aesthetic. I mean, I remember when all the movies and marketing was coming out for anything vaguely sci-fi, they had this kind of look on to the things. So I don't know. I think there must be some minor league hockey deal. This one I think they priced at 10. Let's see if I remember correctly. Yep, 10. And I didn't have any coupon there. It's different. They don't give you as good discounts. So I know it's easy to hate on the Goodwills here in Phoenix. It's always easy to complain about anything. But they're comparatively much better. And anyways, if they didn't serve any longer, you just move on to the next thing that can work for you. Now this was cool. $7. But I think this is like a indie kind of Y2K brand, boutique brand. It's like kind of see-through, but it's kind of comic, you know, Liechtenstein vibes with how they're doing it. And I'll tell you the brand. The brand is, oh wait, Just in Time. Does that ring a bell for any of you? Just in time. So it's women's, but I like these kind of style pieces. Very cool. Very fun. What can that sell for? You know, some of their stuff seems to sell all right. I didn't check sell-throughs. I don't care. I think it's a cool piece. And I couldn't find any other of the same one. I did find other ones from their brand, and they can sell for over 50. I don't know if I'll go for that, but yeah, it's a nice piece. This is Lululemon. I never pick up Lululemon usually. It's kind of like Vuori. I just don't like the brands. But I will be mercenary sometimes and pick up shit where I'm like, I don't even really like this thing. But so $24.99 list. So paid 20. Okay. And this is a nice like light puffer jacket. Nano puff, I guess. So, you know, those sell well. That's why I got it. Sometimes you got to go for the easy money, even if it's not a thing you'd necessarily believe in. It's not like it goes against my ethics or principles. Like it doesn't have like Hitler on it. Thank God. Let's see. This is a blazer. And I believe it's Brook Brothers, but it's Brook Brothers and Laura Piana. Now it's small. I think it's a women's. I really got to double check. I don't think it's a youth. And even if it's youth, it will still sell well. I paid $8 on this. So depending on whether it's a women's or a youth, that'll determine how I price it. But that's a good piece given the material and the brand. Now another blazer here. What is this? Oh yeah, this is Canali cashmere blazer. Canali is a good brand from everything I understand. So we'll give this a shot. It's good material. Supposedly good brand, and paid about 12. Next, this one, you know, this one's not necessarily my best pickup. This is a nostalgia pickup. Charles Barkley, Phoenix Suns jersey. It's contemporary. It's not like a vintage champion one or anything because it's a hardwood classics. Adidas. So, you know, when they got the hardwood classics, I mean, that's basically contemporary for us. But God, this is probably my favorite Barkley jersey. Is the black early mid '90s Suns jersey, and I did pay up on this because the list was 30, so I probably paid about 24. And you know, honestly, this thing you probably sell it for $50. So usually that's a no for me. Is 24 into 50 is not good enough, you know, on average. But because it's Barkley, I had to do it. This is a Draymond Green Olympics jersey, USA basketball. Draymond Green, great player. He's very obnoxious though. He's probably one of those guys that you're happy to have on your team, except if you're Jordan Poole, or frankly anybody who has to manage him and keep him in check, which they haven't always done a good job of. You know, when he got, you know, when he wrecked Jordan Poole's face, the team basically tried to cover it up like the Epstein files. And it was fairly embarrassing because Steve Kerr tries to act like he's a very principled human being, like very measured, grounded, honest. But frankly, he folded. Protect your own kind of deal, which he just doesn't sell himself as that kind of person. So the hypocrisy is what is jarring sometimes with people like that. So, but otherwise I do like Steve Kerr. I'm just saying that that's failed leadership in my opinion. Now you're just getting my random opinions on stuff, but you know I love basketball and I love following the dynamics of it and what is a good leader and what is not, and where is there failures in leadership, you know? So, and also organizational failure, higher levels too, you know, because Steve Kerr gets his marching orders too from ownership and all those people. So they're like, circle the wagons, you know? Anyways, they screwed Jordan Poole. I don't even like Jordan Poole. I think he's just a chucker, you know? But I didn't think he should have had his face caved in by Draymond Green. Draymond Green's just an asshole, man. Great player, though. Eddie Bauer. That's a massive aside for you right there. Now this one I just love, this like low contrast patterning on it. I think this is very in vogue right now. This one I definitely want to wear a bit. and I paid about $7.50 on it. What can you sell it for? Probably between 30 and 40. It's a very cool piece, corduroy, nice material. This one I would always keep an eye out for because it's usually not priced up. It's the Guadalajara Mexico soccer team. They're like, I think my understanding is like the Yankees of the Mexican Soccer League. So these are very like, you know, people pay a premium for their soccer jerseys and stuff like that. So this one cost $4. I mean, after coupon. So they price very generously, and it's Puma, so that's nice. Yeah, cool jersey. You know, that'll sell well. Well, I'll have to double check what the comps are, but it should sell for over 50. So that's definitely a good one. This one, you know, I was kind of mixed on whether I was going to pick it up. It costs about $12. It's a Zara collab with, wait, am I showing it? I can't even tell now. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not doing a good job there. Oh my God, it's like impossible with this tag. Anyways, it's Zara and it's Rolling Stones. So, so that's pretty good, you know. Let's see. I'm just trying to get oriented on some of the stuff I got. This is another one I was like, it was just sitting there, and it was cost about $6. It's just a Affliction hoodie, you know. Do I love it? Frankly, no. I don't love it. I like some Affliction stuff. I like their like embroidered sort of things. This one just feels so supremely trendy with just the typography, and I don't always hate that. It's just there's nothing else going on. So, you know, I'll still be able to sell for decent and still pass a good deal to somebody. So that's sometimes my thinking is, oh, if it's cheap enough for me, and it's a fairly popularish brand or whatever, I can still sell it to somebody, but sell it to them for a very good price. For them, I mean, not for me. I mean, I'll still make some money, but I try and practice the idea of the win-win, you know, and I think a lot of resellers feel that way is if you get things cheap enough, you try and make your money, but hopefully you can pass value on to the customers. This is cool. I found two Porsche jackets. And I remember very early on, I picked up a fake Porsche thing, and I had no clue, and it was obviously fake. So it's just part of the learning curve sometimes. But let's see if I can show you Porsche driver selection. So yeah, this one I paid about $14. I'm not sure what it will sell for though, but it should be pretty good. Probably over 100 is my guess. I didn't comp these too hard. These were at the 7th Street Thunderbird store. I actually like that store too. There's certain stores I really like a lot. And some get hit harder by resellers than others, so you just gotta deal with that. You know, friendly competition's good, you know, and I end up meeting a lot of people too. It's cool to meet your colleagues. This one was 18 list, so maybe 14, but this one's nice. It's a little heavier weight. I think it's got a few more design features. This is embroidered, but yeah, cool pieces, you know. It's got, there you can see the inside a little bit. I love this one. This is so good. This I found at Savers, actually. The horsies. I mean, this is so cool. And I think it's very in style, but look, I mean, the bag is great. You know, that's definitely vintage. Brand? Bear Ridge. I didn't know it. Made in USA, though. And it cost about, I want to say about $9 or $10 after the 25% off coupon. But that's a cool piece. Probably one of those pieces that if it was colder here on average, or if I was up in like Prescott or something, I'd probably keep, you know, because you're totally, you're blending in wearing that kind of thing. It's cool as hell. This one is for myself, and then maybe I'll resell it. But I mean, gosh, parrots and toucans. It's just great. Great color scheme. You know, people are going to see you when you wear this, you know. So it costs $4. I'll show you the tag. It's also made in USA. So, you know, my guess is probably 90s on this one. That's what I think. It's, what is it called? Crazy Clothes with a K. The Crazy Cat. You know what? I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I highly recommend Crazy Cat, the comic. I have some. You can't see them, but they're back there. A bunch of them. It's one of my favorites. George Harriman. He influenced Walt Kelly and Bill Watterson a lot. Also, two great comics artists. So this was just kind of a wall tapestry that I picked up. Is this Peruvian? I can't quite recall, but fairly good condition and cost $5. It's just cool. So that should be an easy sell. I don't, sell for $30. That's a cool one too, actually. This is Pleasures. So let me first show you the tag on that. Pleasures right there. So I think that's a Japanese, like, kind of streetwear brand. What we got here is the Last Supper. And you got the thorns going around. So we got all this kind of like, Jesus vibes going on. Baroque. Religious hip hop style. Which is fun. I like it. A lot of Catholic art is very like, kind of rococo in a way, really in your face. Like they really, they just really amp up the style on it, which I think is cool. This is, I think there's controversy on how you say this name. Stussy? I should know. I grew up in the 90s. I think this brand was pretty popular then. Anyways, this is a jacket. And I paid, actually, so the 10 was the list. So I paid 8. There was another Stussy piece on there. I think it was a hoodie on the new rack. But another lady got it before me. That's okay. So, but I was happy to get the jacket. Oh, and I also got this one on that same rack. Now I'm remembering the Beyonce. I think this is a cool graphic. I don't care about Beyonce one way or the other. But cost 8 after coupon. So it's from her Renaissance tour, and she's got a lot. She's like Taylor Swift. They got a lot of merch, different iterations of the merchandise. They're very good at merchandising, especially Taylor Swift, but Beyonce too. In fact, this one, this is just a nice Banana Republic. I think it's tweed jacket. I think it's women's. Yeah, size 0. Paid 8 after coupon. So yeah, this is a cool piece though. I think some Banana Republic blazers can do pretty well. I don't have a lot of experience with that. So, just understand, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert in anything really. I'm just kind of learning as I go along. So, don't take my word as gospel. That's always something I try and remind people. Now this one I was actually really stoked about for multiple reasons. Seems fairly basic, but when you touch it, it seems like good material. It makes me think of Relwyn, actually. Their blazer, some of the jackets I found of theirs, which is a very good brand. The Birdie brand, Red Birdie. Double RL. Double RL. I thought I was hallucinating when I saw that. I didn't comp this. I was like, let's see. Yeah, I paid about 13. There was another reseller there, actually. He's really good in this store. It's kind of his area that he works. This is out in Chandler. And so I was like, this was actually in the racks where things had been sitting for a little bit. So I was kind of shocked to find it. But sometimes, blazers aren't hit too hard. It was in the blazer section. So that's why, to me, it's like my strategy for books. Oh, that's annoying. It's like my strategy for books is I like vintage stuff, naturally. But also it allows you to work in areas that pre-ISBN that a lot of the book resellers don't work or know. Because if they're overly tied to scanning as their main tool, they won't build knowledge or have, the ability to perceive some of the more pre-1972 books that do have value. So you work in areas that people don't necessarily work. And the same for blazers, I kind of think, because a lot of resellers are probably kind of streetwear bro dudes. That's where their natural home is. That's where my natural home is in terms of clothing. It's just like graphic tees and like sports jerseys. But I like learning the other areas, and there can be a lot of money to be made in those areas. Now, the contrasting thing to say though on that too is sometimes you just want to stick with what you like and where you're comfortable too. There's nothing wrong in that. Because it can be a space thing too. I mean, not everybody can afford to just like work a bunch of different sections because you got to store that material somehow. And, you know, so there's a lot that can go into it. So just because it works for me, like even the blazers, doesn't mean that's going to be a good thing for somebody, even if they could make a lot of money doing it. Logistically, it might not make sense for them. Now, this one, oh, this is a Ralph Lauren like overcoat, wool, and after coupon it was $8, so good deal. Actually, I think I found this with the double RL, so that was a good store for me. Let's see here. Oh, holy shit! Actually, this was the same goddamn store, believe it or not. This one I thought it was hallucinating. I found double RL, and then I found vintage Valentino jacket. So that's the second Valentino piece I found. And this one, yeah, made in Italy. And I'm not sure on the vintage yet. It's got shoulder pads, so I'll have to research it. But it cost about $8 or $9. And, you know, I found a sweater, Valentino sweater. So, yeah, that's awesome. Valentino's great. This is one of those pieces where I was like, paid about $5, but it's just a nice vintage Eddie Bauer, you know, sweater, or light sweater, you know. And the reason I picked it up though, usually I would not, even at this price, except that it's made in USA. So usually Eddie Bauer, and this is my understanding, you want made in USA. I mean, that's kind of a standard thing for a lot of the clothing, because usually it's going to mean that's vintage, and it's usually a little bit better made. You know, this one, I don't know if I should show you. This one, I think is hilarious. Some people might not like it. Don't get mad at me. I'm just showing you. Now, this is some like indie boutique hockey jersey out of Oakland. What's that say? I'm not gonna read it. I don't want to get in trouble. Some people are gonna take it personal. I think this is cool. It looks cool. And here it is. I might not be able to sell this one on eBay though, to be honest with you, because the image can be interpreted a lot of ways, and you can judge for yourself. But very cool hockey jersey. I like, and it's well made. That was the other thing. I wouldn't pick that up if it wasn't well made. I paid $24. If it wasn't well made, I'd never pick that up. That's kind of a one of a kind item, though. I couldn't find anything else from those that outfit. This is just a cool shirt I got for myself. You know, it's just nice. $4. You know, I like having different pieces like that. Oh yeah, this was a cool one actually. This I got to give a shout out to. This one I did, it's kind of a pay up kind of deal. Do you know this band, X Japan? I wasn't familiar with them. Apparently they were like started in the early 80s, Japanese speed metal band, but I just love the graphic. I got this, I got to give the shout out to Wang's Vintage. Really great vintage clothing, mostly t-shirts, very nicely focused on t-shirts. Shop here in Phoenix. So sometimes I like popping in there. It's good to support local businesses. I met the owner, who's a very nice guy, at a Southern and Country Club. Like, he doesn't get to thrift a lot because he has to manage his business all day long, but he's a great thrifter. He was showing me some of the stuff he got, and he was explaining it to me, and it was fun, because oftentimes when people explain things to you, they're showcasing their knowledge and they're educating you, because he was educating me on some vintage Budweiser button-up shirts, and here's how he could tell based on the material and all this stuff that it was when it was from, and like, I love that. So cool. Paul Goldschmidt, St. Louis Cardinals jersey. Actually, they didn't price this one up too bad actually. The list was $14.99. So maybe what, paid 12? Yeah, I think it's 12. So that one should be pretty decent though. It's stitched. You know, it'd be cooler to find a D-backs. I mean, as a Phoenician. But that's a cool colorway too, actually. That blue and red. I think it's very nice. Oh yeah, this is, first I thought this was, well, Redskins. What are they called now? The Commanders? But it's a Seminoles, Florida Seminoles jersey, vintage, Nike. Paid about 10. Here's the tag on it. You know, probably this one, not crazy, maybe 35 bucks, sell it for. But it was pretty cool. What is this one? Oh, this is actually kind of cool. Paid 8 on this guy. I think it's a Japan or Japanese league team jersey. So don't know much on it, but you know, I like the soccer stuff, and if it's you know, the price is okay for me, I'll do it. Now this is a pretty awesome graphic, Metallica. Oh, that's actually something I want to another one of the million things I want to research. Is an illustrator or illustrators behind the graphic design work on a lot of the Metallica stuff, because it's so iconic and really cool. This is actually a concert shirt, but it's from 2021. I've never found this one though, because I do find a decent-ish amount of contemporary Metallica concert shirts. Some of them are still worth something. Like that one, I didn't comp. I paid you know, $2.50 for it, and it's so cool. I'm like, oh, if it's worth nothing, I'll just keep it, you know, kind of deal. This is Free People. I think Free People, based on something another reseller, a YouTube reseller was saying, is getting fairly saturated. So you gotta be a little picky with what you pick up. And this one, you know, like for instance, I paid 25. That's borderline because, so I paid 20. And I'm not sure I'll get 60 on it, because usually if I'm putting in, say, over $10 on a thing, I'd like to at least 3x. But it's still a nice piece. So sometimes when I know the sell-through is going to be fairly decent and it's a good brand, it's good to have in the store, because you get you'll just get more eyeballs in your store. So sometimes that's almost like a leading object into your store, even if it's not going to be a moneymaker, a big moneymaker for you. This is just some of my thinking. It's not like extraordinary, like retail, you know, strategy or anything. It's pretty basic. This is a Brooks Brothers, you know, little lightweight cable knit hoodie sweater. Paid $4. That's why I got it. Otherwise, you know, it's okay. It's kind of a cool basic piece. So yeah, there's that. Oh, this one. Oh, this one's so good. I'd want to keep this. I don't wear a lot of sweatshirts. Look at this pixelated UK University of Kentucky Wildcat right there. I mean, he's hilarious. Now this one's, you know, it's got wear issues and stuff like that. It's got some light staining that I don't think is going to come out. But I paid $4 for this. This is so good. This cat, I've never seen the pixelated Kentucky Wildcat. Dude, that's hilarious. Now this is Marine Layer. I like Marine Layer. I mean, you know, when you can find their jackets and kind of like nice sweaters or sweatshirts and stuff, that can be good. So this is some combo thing. But oh yeah, Marine Layer collab with Lost and Found. I don't know Lost and Found personally, but this is an X large. Paid probably about 12 on it. So that's a good deal. I think that'll sell pretty decent. Everybody's favorite Chucker. Yeah, I like getting the Kobe fans mad. Kobe Bryant. I don't find a lot of Kobe jerseys, and this is a good variant, I believe. They priced it up. You know, understandably. 25, so paid 20. Still not bad though, because this will sell well. You know, I've thought about it. I would not rock a Kobe jersey for many reasons. I won't bore you with them. I do want to find some good MJ jerseys though for myself. I still haven't found one. Someone beat me to one at the Scottsdale and Thunderbird store. I have no clue how they priced it. They could have priced it ridiculous, because that store's priced very badly, at least if you're a reseller. But I did find a good Curry jersey that same day at that store, so I wasn't. No, this is a kid's. So paid about $5, you know. But Dennis Rodman vintage Bulls champion jersey, cool. I don't usually pick up kids, but this was. I found it with the Kobe jersey, so that's kind of why I went with it. Is this Jose Reyes? I'm not 100% actually. can't remember, I looked it up. Mets cost about $8. It's got some wear, but majestic. I think this is a decently hard to find variant. Not sure though. But yeah, still pretty cool. I like this blazer. I wish it fit me. I would wear this. I've never really worn blazers. I always hated it. I felt too stiff and formal. But this would be fun to mix it up with, you know. This cost about $12. It's a nice pattern, right? I mean, I think the colorway is very nice. Let me tell you the brand though. What was it? This is, oh, Laura Piana. Yeah, so that was one of the reasons I got it, was the Laura Piana fabric, because it did feel good. And then this is the brand. I actually don't really know this brand. What does that say? Taylor Red. So yeah, it's a very cool piece though. It's huge. So yeah, it wouldn't fit me. Yeah. Now I found a lot of St. Louis Cardinals stuff, huh? So this is Javier Molina, I think. And it's cool because it's like a spring training variant. So fairly rare, which I think is good. Oh damn, I forgot. This is one I paid up for though. I paid $24. That's after the coupon. But that's how much faith I had in this thing. I think it will sell well. You got to be patient though, because you are waiting for the right person who, you know, what spring 2017. Some spring training stuff is good because of that, because there's limited print runs, and for collectors, they like that. You know, if I was collecting that stuff, that's the stuff you want. This one I know I paid up for. This one might have been stupid, but I paid $40 on this. That's a hell of a lot to pay, but it's a nice stitched Larry Fitzgerald jersey, large size. Yeah, I think it is good though when I was checking, because I think this one is hard to find stitched like that. We shall see. Oh, this one's cool actually. This was a Savers find. They just busted this out on the new rack. This cost between $9 and $10. This is a vintage, I guess, you know, Soviet Russia Communist Party, you know, light jacket, track jacket. Let me show you. It's a Blue Marlin though, made in Macau. So it's decent vintage, but this is cool. This actually will sell pretty well. You know, something, would I wear this? On aesthetic grounds, hell yes. On principle grounds, hell no, because they killed a fuck ton of people. Although you could say, you can make arguments that most governments have done a lot of terrible, shady shit, including our own, and still continuing to. So, you know, but if you're wearing that, you're sending a certain message. Damn, it's getting precarious. This one I just liked. This is a kind of cheapish material, kind of polyester and everything, but the birdies are so cute, you know? I mean, I just love that embroidered work right there. You got the flowers back here. This is a Pure Style pickup. Brand, so I paid about $9 on this. Let's see, let me tell you. Solitaire. So yeah, I'm not real familiar with that brand. But this is a cool piece, you know? So I'll probably try and sell for like 30. Let's see what we got here. I took a flyer on this one. This is $4, and it's a Napster collab, like that they failed to ever actually release. I learned this because it must have been some PlayStation thing. Here you go. I saw this because when I was trying to Google image search this, the only thing that came up was an Instagram post. So where they must have found a dead stock on that, because they had multiples. So anyways, that's where I learned about it, and I'm like, I'll take the flyer because I think I can sell it anywhere between 30 and 50. Yeah, this was just a cheap, you know, I paid a little under $5. Czechoslovakia 2008 Euro League Euro 2008 jersey. You know, sold out for 30. This one, I just really like the style. This embroidered work right here. I just like these kind of things, you know, folk art, nicely embroidered. Good design styles going on and touches. Paid about 9 on this. But this one you gotta be patient, this kind of thing, but it should sell. All right. Why did I pick this one up? I forgot that I thought I passed on this one, so I must have changed my mind. So this is, actually I do like the colors. I think this was one that I was like, oh, I'll try and wear that, you know, kind of like the toucan Hawaiian shirt that I showed earlier. Like, it's so loud and ridiculous. Like, I love wearing stuff like this time to time. And, you know, paid a bit over 3. Let's see, where the 100% rayon made in Hong Kong, so maybe like late 80s would be my guess. This is the tags here, if you can see. Not something I'm familiar with. I don't think it's necessarily worth really anything, to be honest with you, but that's okay. It'll be a fun one to wear. This is J. Crew. This is nice. Also picked up at Savers. I want to say paid a little over 20. So this is a bit high-ish, especially for a jacket right now, because you know we're going out of winter. But this is a nice piece. Here, can you see it? Am I showing it correctly? J. Crew, and I think it's Stadium Cloth by Nulo Gori. So size 4. Good piece though, I think. I don't know if I should keep stacking there. That might be very stupid. I'm almost at the end though. That's why I'm like, ooh, I think I can do it. Just gotta be careful. Oh, these I also got for myself. Kind of overpaid though. 16, you know, green Levi's. Just didn't have a pair of green Levi's. 511. I mean, that's not really particular one I know that well. I just thought they'll be fun to wear because I don't have any green pants. Oh yeah, David Wright, hell yeah. 16 on our buddy David Wright. Love this dude. I think he, fortunately, just, you know, like a lot of the athletes, the injuries started piling up, you know, which just kind of derailed. He was a great player for the Mets. Very beloved, I think, by the fans. So yeah, I think this one's fairly vintage. It's made in Korea. So it's from early on in his career. I wouldn't say rookie year, because the rookie year ones that I saw looked a little different. But if it was rookie year, there'd be a bit of a premium, I believe. There's another one I'm going to wear a little bit. This is our pal Oswald. Kind of the OG cartoon bunny. I mean, you really have to pay your respects to Oswald. Just all over print Oswald. Isn't that cool? Love Oswald. I hope you love Oswald too. I mean, I like a lot of the cartoon bunnies in general. I'm very biased. I love Bugs Bunny. I love ducks too. Daffy Duck. I love how angry Daffy Duck gets. It cracks me up. It never stops cracking me up when he gets his beak blown off. It's talking from the ground. That's timeless. Woolrich. Wool jacket. Vintage. When is it from? Maybe 80s, 90s? I'm not sure. I can't even tell if I'm showing that very well. It's hard with these stupid tags. So I paid about 13 on this. I think that's good. Anyways, that's most of everything. Just double checking down here. What is this? Oh yeah, this is some nice kind of leather. There's no brand on this, but it's a nice piece, and I paid about 5. So I don't know purses all that well. It's like the Blazers, but I'm learning. Purses are harder though, the luxury, especially luxury ones, because there's a lot of very high quality fakes. Now, these are cool, but they only have one problem. They fit me, and so I'm going to be tempted to keep them. Air Force One high top, monochromatic. I love that wheat monochromatic colorway. It's just very nice, and the price wasn't bad. It was $24, so fairly reasonable for Goodwill. You know, and then this is a cool belt. Paid $4 on it, and it's got a cool buckle right there, and yeah, it's just very neat. I like it. I try and check the belts every once in a while. Just fun. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I don't know if you have any favorites. Definitely let me know. if you got any corrections, like always. I'm trying to think now. You know, I gotta say the Bulls three-peat hat is probably my favorite. Just because it has so many factors and personal factors for me, because you know I love MJ. Well, love him as a player. I would hate it to have been his teammate though, because I think holy shit, his leadership style. Talking about leadership, going back to Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr being too much, just letting people do. You know, not holding people accountable. If and stuff with Draymond Green, with MJ. Oh shit, this guy was just an asshole to be an asshole sometimes. You know, I really. Anyways, this is just a whole other topic. So yeah, I would say always keep having fun. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.